Rono said, ndo inabamba mafala na sini ukweli. Uko juu ya nini? Juu ya misheveve na ugali. Huwezi jilisha mwanamke mkubwa kama wewe. Unataka mwanaume akulishe.
I support Debby Rono 100%. Marriage hubamba mafala. Na mafala ndio wengi, ndio maana wengi wenu mmejam.
You will never see a woman who married well or who has a good partner ever say this kind of things or have this kind of mindset. You will never see a woman who has benefited.
Nimekama across video ya Rono akisema ati marriage ubamba mafala. Let me tell you, I'm always a Rono fan, but in this case I am not. I love her, guys. I love her. Na hata nikwambia, hata nikimchukia kwani mtadu.
If you already subscribed to our channel, be sure to join the channel membership, which is only 1.49 bucks a month, and you will receive everyday content immediately it drops. So apparently, I don't know if it is accidentally or intentionally, or I don't know, just Rono, Debby Rono just pissed off all married men and women on TikTok just because she said marriage hubamba mafala. Like, that statement is heavy, but it depends on how you take it. Take a look at the clip.
I know, like, I feel like marriage hubamba mafala. Like, no, it's not like that. It's just
taking a look at this clip, I just see like Debby Rono just being Rono. We all know the kind of content Rono puts on social media. This was just Rono being Rono. You guys, why you all so you guys love to take things so personal? Like, I don't know to the extent that you guys are in her DM offending her, like telling her all kind of things, and she was just being herself. Like, it's like we live in a free world, like free will, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't even, like, kind of like, yo, why are you so mad? Why you all getting mad? Why you, like, guys, marriage hubamba mafala, it depends on how you take the statement. If you're in a happy relationship, if you're like a Kokoval, like Bibi Tajiri, if you're like who else, Amberei, like you're just in this happy, Rihanna, you're in this happy relationship, why are you getting mad? Like, that is her opinion, and y'all know she's not yet married, so you can just, like, you can tell people talk from experience, but she was just being her. Like, I'm trying to defend her, but I'm just speaking my thoughts too, because we live in free world, free will. You can say whatever. Why are you all getting mad? Damn. Okay, if you have not subscribed, first click the subscribe button before getting into the business of the day. So guys, I want you guys to take a look at how some people actually support Rono's statement, while some condemn her statement. Some are saying like they are so offended, that is so offensive, it's not appropriate, she is being like, I don't know, whatever, all those kind of words. You know how people talk on social media, all those kind of terms, words, all those. So you guys take a look at this and tell me which side are you on. You guys first take a look at how these women, mostly is women, we have some men too, but most of them are women, but you just take a look and be sure to like, share and subscribe.
So Rono says marriage is interesting to foolish women, and I think she was being funny, but let's talk about it, okay? And no, I'm not married, so you cannot come with that, oh, you're married, that's why you're tearing married. No, I'm not married. You will never see a woman who married well or who has a good partner ever say this kind of things or have this kind of mindset. You will never see a woman who has benefited personally from marriage and, you know, being married to a good husband ever have this negative point of view towards marriage. She will always have, you know, some negative sides, but she will mostly emphasize on the positive sides. You people are taking marriage advice from women who married rubbish men. Okay? You're taking marriage advice from side chicks who tell you, oh, all married men cheat, all married men cheat, all married men cheat, all men cheat. Yes, because to a side chick, all men cheat because she's in bed with one.
I support Debby Rono 100%. Marriage hubamba mafala. Na mafala ndio wengi, ndio maana wengi wenu mmejam. Period. Mimi siamini mpaka saizi yani kuna watu wenye wanaona marriage ikiwa achievements. Open your mind. There's so many things in the world to do other than just look forward to get married and settle and just finish your life like that. Mafala ndo ubambika na marriage, by the way. Na kama wewe kukua na mtu for the rest of your life, like, it's something that, it's such a big achievement, my friend. You need to get more smarter. You need to open your mind. There are bigger things out there in the world, man. You need to think bigger. You need to think bigger. Saweni, mafala, mwache kujam.
Those are the women that are giving you marital advice on these internet streets. And you're believing them. You're taking advice from women who, married men who believe that if you use a dishwasher or a vacuum cleaner as a woman, it makes you lazy. And you think these women have anything good to say about marriage? You are taking marriage advice from women who married men who believe that as a wife, you have to go and work and give all your money to your husband for your husband to decide. And you think these women are actually enjoying their marriage? Women are married out here to men who believe if you push out a baby, then it makes you a woman. But if you do C-section, you're not woman enough. And you think these women are enjoying their marriage? You are married to a man who has 5, 6, 7, 8 baby mamas. And in your head, you think you're different. And you think you're going to enjoy your marriage? You have been being cheated on as a girlfriend. He has cheated on you as a girlfriend internationally, globally, like Davido. And you think marriage is going to be fun for these women? Marriage is fun for women who are selfish. Women who prioritize themselves. Women who know how to live life as a wife, live life as a mother, and live life as a woman.
Ai wa Kenya, umeambiwa tu kitu tu ndogo, umeambiwa tu marriage hubamba mafala. You guys are having the crash outs of the century. Do you think that's normal? Actually, do you actually think that's normal? Thing is, that should be nothing to defend when you know your truth. I've not started. Yeah.
But you people don't like this type of women, especially in Africa. You people, you don't like the mrugis of this world who have a personality outside of being married, who can enjoy their life as women. You don't like it. You are in their comments saying, oh, as a wife, how can you say that? Did your husband let you out like that, dressed like that? As a mother, how can you say that? How can you do this as a married woman? You're embarrassing your wife, your husband. You don't like this type of women. But these women are the ones who are enjoying marriage, struggle or not. You are taking advice from women who married men who have no principle, whose entire generation of men, they have never seen faithfulness. They have never seen kindness. They have never seen their fathers treat their mothers with kindness, with love, with care, with gentleness and respect. And you think these men are going to make good husbands? Let's be serious. Marriage is like voting for Ruto. You knew his history of wickedness, but you still voted for him because in your head you're like, oh, he's changed. He told us he has changed. He told us he'll bring this. He told us he'll do this and do this for us. Are you not crying? That's exactly what happens to you as a woman when you marry wrong. You will cry. Marriage is the fastest way for a woman to gain financial security if you marry well. But if you don't marry well, so while people are here telling you, giving you all this negative connotation of marriage, marriage is a risk. You marry well, you enjoy life. You marry wrong, your life dwindles. You are taking advice from women who abandoned themselves since they got married, and they're like, oh, everything my husband. They don't hang out with their single friends because to them single friends are a threat to their marriage. And these are the women that are giving you marital advice. Of course, marriage is hard for them because when you abandon yourself, marriage will be hard. Because marriage is just like a bump on the road. It's not the final destination. But most of you, once you get married, everything is my husband. And these are the women that are giving you marital advice. Wow!
Ando, let's talk about Debby Rono. Moto mewaka leo. When I first heard her talk about that only fools get excited about marriage, I thought, hey, that's controversial. And she's going to get some flack. And it will trend. But then it's her opinion, That's what I thought. Then, a few hours ago, she pops back up on my feed, and now she's dealing with the noise of these hundreds of people in her comment section. And so I got curious, right? And so I got curious, and I went videos. I remembered your page a little bit, even things I hadn't seen before. When the FYP is denying me your content. We are. I like. Anyway, I went back to the comments, to your comment section. And that is when it hit me. You people are unhappy in your marriages like this. Are you serious? You're so unhappy. Because for me, the question would, even I'm unable to speak, because the question I would ask over here is, why does it matter so much that Debby questions the validity of marriage? Right?
Ili marriage work nayo, lazima mtu mmoja akuwe fala. Lazima mtu mmoja akuwe fala, ili hiyo marriage work. Kama ni mwanaume ndio fala, ndiye zuzu kidogo, mwanamke ndiye anakwanga kusema. Kama ni mwanamke ndiye fala, mwanaume ndiye anakwanga kusema. Na hiyo marriage haishangi. Lakini marriage ya watu wawili wanajifanya werevu, wanajifanya hawa ambilikangi, haimalizangi hata miezi 3. Haiwezi na haiwezi.
Right? If you're married, when you didn't choose the path yourself, yeah, didn't you weigh the pros and cons and decide it was right for you, or you were forced? Because otherwise, her words should not sting. But now, her darling comment section is full of rage. People who are defensive, people who feel as if their nakedness have been to the entire world. Kwani, you guys didn't have a choice in this. You didn't have a choice in the matter. You mlijipata kwa marriage. And I think I can, speculate as to the reasons why people were a little bit perturbed. All right. Every institution has got to give you advantages to the reason why you should join it. All right. And one of the reasons that marriage gives, one of the advantages that marriage gives, is that it gives you status. It's a status symbol that you're married, that you hold a ring, that you have a man who you have, finally looped and lassoed, and you're having children with, you're living with, you're going there, for some people that's, oh my God, I have made it. It's a status symbol, yeah? It tells you that I have arrived, I am respectable, I'm worthy of admiration. Can you admire me? Miaka 10. Over 10 years, kwanza like me. Over 10 years, ebu bow down. Nikki.
Ati Debby Rono anasema ati ndoa huwa inabamba mafala peke yake. Sasa ndoa huwa inabamba mafala peke yao, na we ni muuni. We ni muuni na tena we si virgin. Unajua kuna vile wauni kichwai kwangi mzuri. Wamesikia mangoma kwa volume ya juu, wamejiongelesha kwa nyumba, most of them are psychopath. Wanadharau ndoa aje, na uwe umewekwa na mtu mwenye ako kwa ndoa. Unadharau ndoa, na kuna hadi wenye wanaenda kwa waganga. Kuna wenye wanaenda hadi kuombewa, wanadhani wamekasiwa just ndio wakwe tu kwa ndoa. Bwana, ndoa ni holy. Kwanza ukienda kwa school of law, marriage law ni unit kama tu jurisprudence na law of torts. Wezi dharau ndoa wadau. Ndoa ni institution, wezi fight institution ili tengenezwe hata kama bado hujazaliwa wadau.
Bow down. And so you find, for most people, it's not about personal fulfillment. It is performance. It's proof that they have followed that script. But what you don't understand is this. That script is not neutral. Right? It's especially heavy on women. And so you will hear, if a divorced man said, oh, marriage is overrated. Just like Mumia says, Mumia is not divorced. I don't think he's been married. I don't know. But there's a guy who is called Mumia. He's usually over here on lives all the time. And he's telling people, do not get married. Marriage is overrated. Yeah, that's his whole TikTok career. To tell people marriage is overrated. Right? But for him, the backlash isn't that big. It's something that he has done over and over and over and over and over again. And his backlash, he doesn't have much backlash. Why? Because he's a dude. But when an unmarried woman says that, people who think about marriage are onesies, are foolish, society will punish her. All right, and that is what is happening in her comment section. She's being lynched in her comment section, I dare to say, because she is a woman, and women are expected to aspire to marriage above all else, and to question that is to break taboo. But there's another reason. There's another reason backlash is this strong. It's because of the recruitment machine. Every institution must have a recruitment mechanism, and so for that institution, that's marriage, to survive, people must keep buying into the institution. So if too many people stop aspiring to marriage, all right, those who have already sacrificed their lives, who have sacrificed their freedoms, some of us have sacrificed our finances, some of us have even sacrificed our happiness, because we want our children to grow. It's okay what's happening, he's beating me every day, but let the children grow. Or he's financially abusing me, but let the children grow. And once they're out of the house, then I will probably sort myself out. You won't. Just saying, you won't. May I tell you the truth? You won't. All I'm saying, I just want, it gets to a point where I'm strong within my spirit. You will never be strong within your spirit, because your spirit is being broken every day. I'm sorry. If you're an unhappy marriage, just leave it. Live an unhappy marriage. You're not supposed to be there anyway. Turudi kwa script. Niko happy. when someone critiques marriage from the outside, it's not just an opinion, it is seen as a threat to that system. Because there's also something else you cannot ignore. People who are genuinely happy within their marriage will rarely get defensive. And they will probably smile and say that, you know, that's not my experience, I'm not validating that. I'm not also questioning, that's probably her truth, and it doesn't measure with mine. And I'm not about to go on a shouting match on the internet. Me, I'm cool, you know. And they move on, right? The loudest of outrage will always come from those who are very, very unsettled. And that is what I've seen in that comment section. People are in marriages highly unsettled. Maybe the lesson here is instead of crashing out because of an opinion of somebody, why don't you actually fix what is necessitating that crash out? Because, Ado, did you prove her thesis wrong by crashing out? Did you? Yeah, you have crashed out the way you have crashed out, but did you prove her thesis wrong? Ama she's still over where she is, thinking that, yeah, I'm madwanzi. Waangalie. And then the worst part about it, the people we are married to are the ones who are over there, keyboard warriors. They are. Release us.
Rono said that marriage hubamba mafala. Na wamama na wababa wako huko nje wanapapatika kama samaki nje ya maji. Why? Because they do not want to accept that goodness. Maybe I got married for someone else's gain and not my gain. And the people who are most perturbed are the women who are married, who want to make it look like marriage was the best decision for them. Not that we're faulting you. And the men who think and feel like they are threatened, because when many women start coming out and saying, you know what, marriage is not for me, I do not want marriage, then we are systemically stepping aside from structures that have been strategically put in place to tie us down. Now, this is going to be a long post because I want to break down the marriage institution for you. The last time I did this, I was dragged to the ends of the world because apparently a married man is paying for my bills. I think that is one of the signs that, you know, marriage may not be the best thing, because why is your man paying for my bills? But it was a hypothetical, I mean. So, without much further ado, let us get into the meat of the matter. Please take out your pen.
Nimekuja kurealize, mnaonanga ama demu wanakuanga against men. Alafu unaonanga ama chali wanakuanga narcissist, wanakuanga violent, wanapigana, wezi. These ladies wanakuanga attracted to those goons, those narcissistic men. I think hii world inakuanga too spiritual kiplani. Kwa sababu narcissist men, kwa unataka olewa na nani? Ni wewe mtu mwenye you are choosing bad decisions, una choose to a violent man, and also the next relationship bado una fall to another violent man, unakuja bado kutukana the other fellow men of how marriage I work. It's because your fate was supposed to be lazima uwe a narcissist person. Kwa unataka olewe na nani? It's because you keep falling in love with those people wenye wanakupiga mangumi, those violent people. That is your fate. Yeah.
If you're planning on getting married, I'm not saying that you should not get married. I'm saying that you write this down, put that notebook under your bed, so that when the things in marriage starts happening, don't ask yourself, oh, nobody told me marriage is like this. No, you will remember kuna kasichana kadogo kenye mdomo mkubwa kanaitwa Cindy kalisema haya maneno. Okay. First things first. Tulishaongelea how marriage and nuclear families came to be, right? Now I need us to talk about something else. I need us to talk about why it is that men get married. Because you all have seen that men will look for the meekest, most agreeable, most domesticatable woman. Amwoe na ampe watoto. And then this man will go out there and live his best life, cheating on this woman, and only pretending to change his ways when this woman looks like she's had enough and she's about to leave. Right? You all don't know what these men are doing. For most men, their soulmates are fellow men. Okay? But they have realized one thing: men are not naturals. It is true. Biology says it. Men are not naturals. It is women that are naturals. So, wives and kids are an insurance policy. That's why he's not good to you right now. They are an insurance policy that he will go on and live his best life. And when he is older, and he doesn't have the company of fellow men, because fellow men cannot nurture him the way he needs to be nurtured when he is older, he will go back to the people who he claims are his flesh and blood. And you, as the woman who has been chosen first to be agreeable, to be very domesticatable, meaning you're unproblematic and you're very forgiving, you will be with open arms, waiting to be the private caregiver for his last days. That is one of the reasons why these men are marrying. They are not marrying because they love you. They are marrying because they see, this woman will serve me. When I make my videos on here telling women and girls that marriage is not the end all be all, you know, and you can actually have a life outside of pleasing a man, there is a man who always comes onto my comments to say that I am a lazy woman if I don't want to get married, and it is only lazy women that don't want to get married. The subtext is as loud as the biggest headline today. Because right there you can see the entitlement to domestic labor, to emotional labor that is free. Yani ukiamka asubuhi uende kazini, you work your ass off mpaka jioni. Ukirudi, mwanaume yeye akitoka kazini ni time yake ya kurelax. Wewe ukitoka kazini you clock in. And women like to stay here, oh, you know, my man has nannies for me. We've seen, see, Rispa Faith came on here the other day and she broke down. How many kids does she have? 1 kid. Mwanamke bomba tena na hela yake. Na hata yeye ana feel the pangs of motherhood and being the primary caregiver, even with 3 nannies and the sister living in the house. Na je, wewe na nani wako mmoja mwenye hata si trained nani, ni msichana wa watu mwenye amemaliza form 4 umemweka kwa nyumba. So you have to train her to do everything. Hata studies inaonyesha that husbands wenye wako employed, they have more free time than employed wives, because once you leave your job you come and clock in the house. And unlike your job, kwa nyumba hakuna mtu ana keep track. Ile kazi yenye umefanya leo, tomorrow you wake up and you do it all over again. And if you say you don't want to, you're a lazy woman. Why? Because men have been conditioned to expect you to be a house cleaning appliance, expect you to be a dishwashing appliance, expect you to be an African cuisine appliance in the house. And on top of that, uwe tena kama sekete waka, umpe mastyle zote deadly. Na pia uchunge usimpe sana, kwa sababu ukimpa sana atasema, oh, you're not wife material, because how do you know this thing goes? You will do good as a woman to press that follow button.
Just imagine someone who's never lived a life of luxury telling you money isn't everything. Wewe ujai unamita kwa account, alafu unaniambia money isn't everything. You've never had the experience of walking into a room, kila mtu, and then everyone in that room is like, hey boss, chama, hey kiongozi, and then you're telling me money is not everything. Equally, you've never had a successful relationship, and then you're telling me marriage hubamba mafala. Hakuna relationship tushaiona hapa online yako yenye successful, hata ya mabeshte. Mara mabeshte wanakupiga sijui huku left right and center. Drama nyingi, friendships zenyewe zako, they're not successful, and then you're telling me marriage hubamba mafala. Let me tell you why she thinks marriage hubamba mafala. Because in her head she's a very smart woman. By the way, she's a very smart woman. Very smart woman. But she's failed. Even in the basic of relationships, friendships, she's failed. Relationships, nothing. So to her, to be successful in those sort of relationships, lazima kuwe fala. Because mimi na akili yangu yote, mbona sija maneuver? Mbona sina any successful relationship? Mimi na akili yangu yote. So that means for you to have a successful marriage, lazima kuwe fala. Lazima kuwe fala. Unatamita kwa account hapa, alafu unaanza kuniambia hata money isn't everything. Wewe kwenda huko.
Because all my videos on here have very many nuggets of wisdom. Let me go to the next point. Motherhood, parenthood. Niliwaambia hapa wa vijana wenye wako huko nje hata wana bibi, wana watoto. Wakiapply kazi wanasema their husbands, they are married and their wife is either pregnant ama ako na newborn. Do you know why? Wakisema tu hivi wani mabwana wanaongezwa hela, because huko nje wanasemekana eti bwana ndo wanatunza bibi. It doesn't matter that these men bring 1/3 of their income kwa nyumba, na wewe ndio you have to bring 100% of your income. That doesn't matter. When a man tells his employer that ako na bibi nyumbani, that ako na watoto, in fact ako na mtoto on the way, anaambiwa atoke kazi mapema ende akahanga na boys badala kuja kukurab miguu. Anaongezwa hela ili akakununulia diaper na pram ya mtoto, lakini hiyo ndio pesa anatumia kwenda kwa road trip ya watu wenye wana own Nissan notes. Yes, wanaongezwa hela because their husbands. Wewe kama mwanamke choose to get pregnant today. First things first, your employer, most employers wanasema, oh jamani, so now I'm gonna have to look for someone to stand in for you when you go on maternity leave. Kwa hivyo most employers hawataki all that. It also do you'll go on maternity leave, we find someone else, and then you'll come back, and then we'll have to let the other person go. No, they let you go. They're like, yeah, thank you. When you're ready you can come back, but that's telling you sister, nenda ukiendaga. Most women wakishapata watoto, income yao inapungua, manake now you don't have a job. Now you're not performing at your job the way you're supposed to, meaning you're easily replaceable. Let's not even talk about the fact that kwanza ukiwa na mtoto you're missing out on so many opportunities. I told you here about how I was invited to opportunity, and because I didn't have someone to take care of my child, I couldn't go, and it was just pure luck that these people understood and they decided to accommodate my needs at that time. Most women do not have that luxury. You have to choose between your child and that opportunity, and most times because there's no one else for that child, because the man is treating the child as a pet. Yeye bora mtoto yuko hai anapumua, that's okay. Achungulie hivyo mtoto sawa, that's okay. That's the end of it. You are the primary caregiver. So wewe ndio uamue, will I go after this opportunity to make money, or will I stay with my child? And you have all been socialized to believe that motherhood is the greatest gift of all. And it isn't. So while a woman is getting thinner, is getting more depressed because she is burnt out, she's working her ass off at work and working her ass off at home, the man is out here thriving. Why? Because there is someone taking care of everything else. As a woman, you would thrive too if you had someone taking care of all the household chores, someone taking care of everything, scheduling everything for you and your kids. In short, you have the pride to come outside and say, I have a wife and kids. But you do not do the work. As long as you just throw a little money at them so that they have a house to live in, they're going to school and they have food, that's it for you. Meanwhile, the women are suffering every day, giving away free domestic labor, free emotional labor that is considered not to be labor. I have also been attacked on here for talking about how women are removing themselves from the money-making scene as soon as a man has shown you a little attention and told you, oh, I want to keep you in my house. You're forgetting that these men are not reliable, and when you're divorced or separated, you are going to come down several notches when it comes to your quality of life. No one is talking about how you are going to be starting from scratch because you gave your best years to a man and now you're going back to the job field. You do not have a resume. You have how many years that no one has seen you work. No one knows what you were doing. You haven't developed any skills because you thought that being married to a man was a source of income and it was a way of life. Women are upset because a mirror has been held to their faces and now they have to question whether the decision...
Nimekama across video ya Rono akisema ati marriage ubamba mafala. Let me tell you, I'm always a Rono fan, but in this case, I am not. I love her, guys. I love her. Na hata nikwambia, hata nikimchukia kwani mtadu. I'm here to tell her one thing or a couple of things. Number one, you cannot talk about something that you've never experienced. Wewe unaongelelea marriage, have you ever been married? No. So why? Number two, mbona utuite mafala? Mbona utuite mafala laki? Uleza sema ati Rashid Abdalla na Lulu Hassan ni mafala. Yeah? Uleza sema such beautiful couples. Na pia leo ametraddress akasema ati you cannot be talking about this if kama ikomi wewe because you are addressing it. Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about it, girl? Kama haikumi, you know, you cannot expect people to keep quiet and you bado unaongea.
Rono said ndo inabamba mafala na sini ukweli. Ukoko juu ya nini? Juu ya misheveve na ugali. Huwezi jilisha mwanamke mkubwa kama wewe. Unataka mwanaume akulishe. Hujawahi ona ka fridge ukakimbilia huko? TV ya 85 inch dada huwezi jinunulia. Uliona kwa mwanaume ndio maana umekatalia huko. Kama wewe ni mwanamke bomba, mbona usijinunulie hizo vitu? Mbona ona venye unakaa vibaya kama clown kwa nyumba za wenyewe? Toka huko, unabeba ufala. Kasichana kakubwa kaizi kajinunulia ugali ya ndovu. Na si ni ukweli? Mnaendanga kwa ndoa juu ya mwezi kujilisha ugali? Si ni ukweli? Kujeni mnichape. Juu mtu anachito ni anakuchapa makofi kila siku. Ni nini umekatalia huko? Hati juu ya nini? Juu huna chakula na una mahali pa kulala. Kwendeni huko.
Oh, marriage works, marriage doesn't work. Unajua tuko na different experiences, okay? So according to you, marriage doesn't work, but according to us, marriage works. And marriage ubamba mafala, okay, ni sawa. But see, some of us view marriage differently, and maybe it's because of the experience we have had in the past. Some of us truly grow in good households. We never saw our father disrespecting our mother. We never saw him beating our mother. We never saw our mothers disrespecting our fathers. Those people just loved each other and respected one another, and that's how we grew up. Our dad was the man of the house. Our mom was the woman in the house, and that was the structure. Na tuliishi hivyo na tukaishi poa mpaka saizi. Wakatuzaa watoto wengi hapo, wakatupeleka shule, wakatulea vizuri, tukakuja tukakuwa the men and the women that we are today. And we believe that marriage works because we saw it from what our parents did. And what our parents did, the respect they gave each other, the love they gave each other, the support they gave each other, is what we want to transfer to our future families and even do better than that. So some of us believe that marriage si ati ni ya mafala. But again, wewe kama uko na different opinion, we respect that because we are different human beings. We have different preferences. We have been brought up differently. We have had different life experiences and everything. We respect that too. That is your opinion. That doesn't make you a bad person or whatever. Like, it's okay. But don't come out here and force your beliefs on other people. Okay? Some of us have dated or are dating great human beings. Very good, calm, quiet human beings that we really wish to be with for the rest of our lives. Life is already good, yes, but we feel that with them, life will be better than what it is today. And we want to be with them. And they want to be with us, right? So, wewe kama umekuwa na experience yako pengine hata from dating, ilikuwa mbaya or whatever, so you believe like kukaa nao watu forever in life itakuwa like something shitty. That's on you, that's not on us. Okay, hiyo ni mambo yako. Some of us have had a very different experience dealing with human beings. It's the same way watu sema all the world is full of shitty people. Yeah, there is shitty people in the world, yes, but some of us have not experienced these shitty people. Some of us, watu wenye wamekuwa wajinga kwa maisha yetu, watu wamekuwa baya kwa maisha yetu ni wachache sana. Some of us, a lot of people who have been in our life.
Let me just summarize this video for those who will not be able to later on watch what I have to say. I feel like this creator coming on here to say marriage is for fools is a beautiful reason for us to look at how emotional and social contagions and how they play in the perception of marriage. Because here's a young woman who's never been married, never experienced marriage, but seems to have very strong feelings about marriage. So that's a clear example of social or emotional contagions, whether it's from just the rampant femicides that we're seeing within institutions of marriage or the crazy amount of infidelity. So yeah, when we have time, when I have time, which might be next year, like around March, I intend to critically research and maybe write a paper on that, because I think that would be really interesting to just look into for the heck of it, you know? Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, Jen, talk about the whole marriage is for fools thing. I honestly have nothing to say, okay? Because it's my birthday week. I'm not about to feud with anybody. Absolutely not, okay? However, I will say this. Please exercise your common sense while taking advice here on social media, myself included, okay? Because a lot of people are just speaking from their traumas, their experiences that might be very different from your own. Personally, I'm not a very big fan. I do not gravitate to these people who come on here with very sharp think pieces, yet their personal life presents the alternative. That's just not my cup of tea, okay? However, I'm not triggered when someone says that marriage is for fools, because if you have not had the most pleasant experience with human beings in general, because marriage is not just women picking men, it's men picking women. If you have not had good friends, the friends who've come around you have not treated you well, the connections you've had, you know, like every connection you've had in your life just ends in tragedy or trauma, I can understand why you might look at marriage as a foolish thing, because what other experience do you know? Because marriage is essentially an eternal commitment to another human being, right? So yeah, it's not triggering at all. I personally don't care. Like, there's some good marriages, bad marriages. I've said that before. I'm going to say that again. So maybe the ones in happy marriages need to talk more. And the last time I tried to say that, yeah, maybe we need to see more happy marriages to just you know, give us faith. Remember when Miss Stockholm Syndrome over there tried to attack me for saying that? So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, God bless you. Bye. Happy birthday to me.
Lives wamekuwa great human beings. That's why we love human beings. We believe that human beings are good people. There is only a very little fraction of human beings that are shitty. Unaona? Like, mi naona hii mambo tu iko hivyo. If you don't believe in marriage, well and good. Some of you were not made for it. Some of you might not be good at it. But some people were made for it and are good at it. Some ladies are okay to be submissive, to be supportive, to be a mother, to be nurturing and everything. Some are not. Some people just have it in them. Some people don't have it in them, right? Some men cannot be like ready to provide, protect, be gentlemen, be the dads and everything. They're not ready for that, or they cannot be that. But some men can, okay? So wezi kujapo generalize watu ukisema ati marriage hubamba mafala. No. You just have a different experience yenye umekuwa nayo ya marriage. And again, how many marriages have you been into? Umoleka mara ngapi? Ama hata hujaioleka? Okay. Sijui. And how many marriages have you seen zenye una refer from? Because I've come to learn that a lot of people, especially in this generation of ours, we live by what we see on the social media and believe what we see on social media. And there is a lot of people who are doing so well out here in their marriages or in their life, success and everything, who are not putting all these stuff on social media. Sasa wakishaona tu sijui marriage ya nani imebreak, sijui ati Mlamwa na Ruth K, some 2 kids hapo wameachana. Ukishaona sijui relationship ya nani na nani, watoto wengine pia wawili walikutana tu pale wameachana. Wanatry kujitafuta, wajelewi bado vizuri, ushaanza ku jump into conclusion that watu walikuwa wanapendana sana, their relationship didn't work, relationships don't work, their marriage didn't work, marriages don't work. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Stop living your life on social media and live a real life. Make references from real things that you are seeing in real life. Because where I come from, I've seen so many successful marriages. My parents' marriage being one of them. so many successful marriages. These people have achieved what they wanted to achieve as a companion. Wamepata watoto, wamecreate wealth pamoja, wameishi pamoja. They're in their late years, 60s, 70s, 80s. They're still together and they love one another. I've seen that happening in so many marriages. Sasa hizi stories zenu mingi ndo kidogo hatu understand. But anyway, as I said, kila mtu amekuwa na different life experience and people are just different, preferences and everything, and every opinion is welcomed. So that's my opinion and you have yours too. Okay, so we cool. Do you, I do me, to each their own.
Wow. That was a long watch. You guys just took me back to classes. I'm just from having a lecture now and you guys are taking me back to classes. That was a whole lecture. Like, damn. I just came to find out that most people who are pissed off are those people who are in marriage, and I think what Rono said is actually just proving the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's proving that exactly what she said. They are just proving exactly what she said. Y'all, that girl Cindy has just said a lot of things that have always been in my mind. You know, I'm 50-50 on this. If I support the marriage, I support marriage without kids. That is my point. Like, if I'm for supporting marriage, I kind of support marriage without kids. You know what I'm saying? Yes, marriage hubamba mafala, but if it's marriage without minus kids, it's not for mafala, according to me. Yeah, and so I'm 50-50 on this. I kind of support Rono and I don't support the other people. Like, no, their statements ain't making no sense to me, because how can you, like, umefungiwa? Some of it, I know some of women who waliacha kazi zao kuenda kwa ndoa. Some people who left their careers, some people who left their studies, literally they left everything behind for that marriage, and they are suffering. Just like Cindy just said, oh damn, you guys need to listen to Cindy. Oh my god, I need to, guys, I'm following her right now. I'm downloading her video. I'm getting inspired by her. Cindy, guy, that girl spoke a lot of whole things that are like, oh, if it was like someone to speak your mind, she just said, oh my god. You guys, do you guys know why the birth rate of South Korea has reduced? It's because women don't want to get married. And you know why women don't want to get married and have kids? It's because of free labor. And immediately in Korea, if you get a child, you are like unafutwa kazi, you are fired from your job. Like, even if it's like just how Cindy said that. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this exactly how Cindy said. Ukipata mimba unatolewa kazi, and do you expect to come back? Wanaeka mtu mwingine mwenye ako more like maybe young, energetic, and maybe a man. Yeah, boom, and he runs the job. Even in Korea, people, the women who have kids that like are pregnant are not like respected. Like, you guys like honor and adore marriage and say like kids are blessings from no. Let's be for real now. This is 2025 and we are in different generation. If you are a Gen Z and you're still thinking like marriage is the ultimate goal, damn, get a book, read something. Like, find a therapist, like do something, y'all. I'm gonna rant here like Cindy, but I'm just saying, I'm also stating the facts, like what is really happening, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but this is what it is, y'all. You guys need to be awake and aware. Be woke, y'all. Oh my god. I'm gonna end this one here, and I'm gonna leave you with a clip of how Rono concluded all this, because she started it, she also concluded, but people still are not in like accepting, people are not still accepting whatever she said. But this is what she said. You gotta take a look at this, and be sure to like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, and peace.
I have a question. If you guys truly believe to your core that marriage is secure and worth it and stable and all these things, why are you triggered? And you know what's crazy is you've been so defensive, so offended, and I don't even matter. I'm not gonna marry you. I'm not God. I don't have any rules or says over the things that you do with your life or that what people decide to do. So why are you angry that a stranger thinks marriage is stupid? That's if marriage isn't stupid. Why are you offended? In my 25 years, I've never seen a secure person stretch to defend themselves. I see secure people as grounded, in fact, okay with the opinions of others. Most of the time, they don't even care to explain themselves, really. Yet, due to my opinion, I've been called a mad woman, a broken clock. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. But if you truly see the need to be combative, then maybe marriage isn't as stable as you think it is. To you, you just are debating but there's some truth, okay? I was listening to a divorce lawyer talk about these things. About 40 to 50% of marriages end up in divorce. This is something that's happening in the world. Now, that doesn't mean that all marriages fail and all people who get married fail. But I think, in my opinion, in my worldview, in my home, it doesn't make sense to me. Why does that upset you? Unless maybe, just maybe, you're unsure about it yourself. But because it's all you've known and you've never questioned it. In fact, you don't even let a thought sit with you for a minute. I understand. You just do things because people before you did them, because the Bible told you to do them. And thank you, darling, for bringing up the Bible, because I would love to bring my receipts. The same Bible that you use to condemn me and call me sinful and all kinds of names, typical human being behavior, says this about marriage. Matthew 19:10-12. After Jesus spoke about the seriousness of marriage and no easy divorce, the disciples said, if this is the matter between a husband and a wife, it is better not to marry. Even the disciples knew the weight of the responsibility. There's more! Paul spoke about this in the Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 7:28. But those who marry will face troubles in this life. I want to spare you this. So, why isn't marriage being spoken about in its complexity and entirety? But no, we want to sell the event, we want to sell the wedding, we want to send the Rora show. But what happens when everyone goes home? Why are you not talking about it? And I noticed that the men are a bit angry. I wonder why. Obviously because they're benefiting the labor. Or is it about control? I guess we'll never know. But what do I know? Remember, I'm just a broken clock. I'm just a crazy girl. Never forget. I think if you want to speak about its entirety. And don't sugarcoat it just because you want more members in your club. That's unfair for the members. You've never really sat down and questioned yourself, what do I think about this regime? And that's why when a stranger comes here and says, I think marriage is dumb, you become combative. Let us sit in it. The word is sit in it. And even after all this video, I could be wrong. Because that's what a secure person does. Questions all their beliefs. Have a good day.
If you're ready to subscribe to our channel, be sure to join the channel membership, which is only $1.49 a month, and you will receive everyday content immediately it drops.